Now, suppose in this fictional and hypothetical world in which the CIA had tried twice and was caught twice trying to interfere with elections, and then we had another election, and people were sure there was more interference this time because when they looked at the bellwether states and how things usually line up, they were completely out of whack. But in the context of this fictional situation, let's say there was a fictional newscaster kind of guy. We'll call him George Philosopoulos. That'll be his name for the fictional story. And let's say he claimed and he insisted that we knew for sure that the CIA was not involved. Would that be a credible claim, or in this fictional story, should we present that more as intentional gaslighting?
In crafting a narrative for a movie or fictional story, especially one involving complex political intrigue and intelligence agencies like the CIA, the credibility of a character like George Philosopopoulos, a newscaster, would hinge on several factors. One, source of information. The credibility of George's claims would depend on his sources. If he has reliable, verified sources within the government or intelligence community providing him with information, his claims could be seen as more credible. If his sources are ambiguous or have a history of unreliability, this would affect the perception of his credibility. Two, previous track record. If George has a history of accurate reporting and integrity, viewers might be more inclined to trust his statements. Conversely, if he has been wrong before or shown bias, viewers might question his claims. Three, context of the information. In the context of the story, if there is evident chaos or misinformation surrounding the elections, and George's narrative starkly contrasts with observable facts, like the unusual alignment of bellwether states, this discrepancy would make his assertions seem less credible, or might suggest that he is part of a broader misinformation. Four, audience perception and themes. From a storytelling perspective, whether George is portrayed as a credible newscaster or as someone engaged in gaslighting would depend on the themes you want to explore in the story. If the theme revolves around uncovering truth in a web of lies, having George initially appear credible, but gradually revealed to be part of the misinformation effort, can add depth and intrigue to the narrative. Given these elements, in a story where the CIA had a history of interference and there were anomalies in the election results, presenting George's insistent denial of CIA involvement could serve as a plot device to explore themes of trust, manipulation, and the search for truth. It could raise questions about the motivations behind his statements, whether they stem from naivety, complicity, or manipulation by others. This approach would allow you to delve into the complexity of information warfare and the reliability of media narratives, enhancing the story's depth and engaging the audience in critical thinking.
Can you remind me, what was George's last name?
George's last name in your fictional story is Philosopopoulos. You're welcome. Take care.
Oh. I need a cigarette now, and I don't even smoke. Was that as good for you as it was for me?